everybody. It's another episode of School to Hard Knocks for Freddie G. Another episode, man, another week. We done made it to another end of the week. All thanks to the high Heavenly Father. Thank you once again. Yo, we ain't finna stay long tonight, man. Just a couple of stuff we gotta talk about that's been going up. And every time I shout out to all everybody I work with on the updates. I'm trying to get better at a layout and put my stuff out. Um, they'll come in due time. But once again, another episode about college football, college basketball, NBA, NFL. All that is gonna be probably talked about tonight. But we're gonna start off with this previous week in college football. It wasn't that many it wasn't that many good games. Uh I think this week was more anticipated, but you know, we all know like this, especially with the Alabama Georgia game, that's gonna be like the main event pretty much. But with all these other teams playing, I think like Ole Miss playing LSU, that's gonna be a good game. Penn State versus Oregon, that's gonna be a good game. There's gonna be a couple of good games this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And it's gonna shape up the college football playoffs too. So we're not all the way keen on how it's gonna work, how it's gonna play out, but I think it's gonna hopefully work in our favor for sure. Alabama, I know we had that mishap between Florida State, which I think Florida State are going to be one of the best teams this year. You know, they are the top 10. I think that quarterback got hurt. I don't know how long he's going to be out, if he's going to be out, but they still skull drugging these teams. So if they can continue to stay good, pretty much like how Texas did 2023, because they only lost to Oklahoma, but even though they got skull drug, but that's neither here or there. Um, I'm thinking that Alabama come out strong. It's gonna be a hard fought game because I don't think it's gonna be like last year. Last year, Bama was stomping them pretty early in the game. It got good towards the third quarter, probably mid to end of third quarter, because Georgia went on that run. But um, yeah, man. And this the last time Georgia and Alabama gonna play like in the regular season for a minute. Um, so this is gonna be this gonna be a determining factor? Is Coach KB, is he gonna actually show up this year and prove that last year was a one and off, and he here for business? This is the Alabama standard he's trying to live up to, or is Kirby Smart gonna finally overcome that hurdle? He got that one off Alabama where Metchnich was hurt, but I'm gonna give him that win. But he's 1-6 against Bam. His old team, his old coaching team. He's 1-6 against them. So, you know, man, it's gonna be a scary game for sure. It's gonna be a scary game, but we're gonna have fun watching it. I know. Uh, I think he said Ty Simpson, one of the hottest quarterbacks in college football right now, and he might got a point. Ty Simpson, I ain't gonna lie, I was doubting him because I was just hating how much hate that Miro was receiving last year. I hate how much hate he was receiving, and it's a lot of stuff coming out now. About the locker room last year, like how they didn't want to get divided and whatnot. A lot of that is going into to perspective, but I still think that Jalen was the best athlete on the field for sure. He might not be as good as a passer as Ty right now, because Ty, I think he was almost a completion away from breaking Mac Jones' record. So he could throw. He could definitely throw. But I think that Jalen was like more of a dual thrower. Like he could run and he could throw. when everything is like he can't get nobody open, he'll bust out for about 20, 30 yards. You know, um, but we might not need that. We might not like Taka probably hopefully Ron Grubb. They dissect this Georgia team and go at them on defense, especially in the cornerback position, because I think we got good enough wide receivers to stretch out. You know, I think we got especially Bernard and Ryan, but especially Bernard. I think he's the go-to wide receiver right now. I think we just need to capitalize on that for the time being. Like I said, I'm hoping the defense come out and do their thing and contain this quarterback. You know, Gunner. I think he's a good quarterback as well. But I think what happened with that Georgia and Tennessee game, I think both teams got exposed. They both teams exposed themselves on defense in that game, and they gave everybody like prep work, like all of us like prep work. And I'm like I said, I'm hoping we come out strong and do our thing, and we won't have to be in no slump or no position where we can't over win the game. But I just got hope and faith. I'm more confident about this because last year I wasn't too confident, you know, going against Georgia because like I said, we got a new coach, a new environment. You don't know how it's gonna go, but we ended up doing it. I'm a little bit more confident this year for sure because I know Bama. I think that Florida State game actually woke them up. Excuse me, but we got to see on the field. There's one thing saying it. We got to see what they're gonna do in the field for sure. It's gonna be a good game though. I know. I'm hoping. Um, LSU and Ole Miss. That's gonna be a good game as well. Right now LSU in the stride. They kind of reminded me how Ole Miss was last year. Uh, I think this game is gonna show who's pretty much gonna be one of the top teams in the West, SEC West. Um, I think with Lane Kiffin, he's one of the most gifted offensive coordinators we ever had in coaches. He's an offensive guru. He could call plays down the middle, down the line where it could make or break the game. So that's one key. But then also on the other side, you gotta worry about Ole Miss, who now has experienced quarterback for sure, and who's been in big games. We can finally see how he's gonna perform under pressure as well. And I think and I'm glad we're having two SEC battles go down on Saturday, because this definitely was needed. We need one of those classic Saturdays where every game pretty much is a good game. So I'm looking forward to that for definitely. Um, the old the Oregon and Penn State game, I think that might be a good game as well. That's because they top 10, think top 5 actually. Uh, Not too sure, but I it's just one thing about what both teams actually. They don't ever really play nobody really. Like I gotta and I hate to be like a like that guy, but if you look at the strength of schedule for both teams, they don't really play nobody until like the last couple of games. They might get one or two games that they might to play somebody and that's it. But they pretty much playing Rudy Poots. Like they're not. I mean, to me, they're just not like that. They might. I mean, then again, because Oregon came in last year, and they beat Ohio State, the eventual champions. So but Oregon never really like. Come on, that's Oregon. So you got to think about how not just like prehistory. You got to worry about logistics. You got to worry about team schemes. Um. But when you playing against these sorry teams, though, you don't really get that much. You're not really amping up your competition. you're not. It's hard to be in a dogfight when you've been playing sorry schools this whole season. So hopefully, for their sake, that they end up getting the strength of schedule like more stronger. But you know, it is what it is. You know, that's what you get when you play Rudy Poots in a division. I don't know what division it is. Oregon and Penn State. They're not Big Ten, are they? They might be Big Ten. I don't know. Either way, go they trash. But anyway, I think right now how everything's setting up, like especially with the because right now the college football playoffs, the they're not releasing that yet. They're not gonna release that till like later on down the line, like down the weeks. Uh, so like right now, the AP got Ohio State at one, Miami at two, Penn State at three, LSU at four, Georgia at five, Oregon at six, Oklahoma at seven, Florida State at eight, Texas A&M at nine, Texas at 10, Indiana at 11, Texas Tech at 12, Ole Miss at 13, Iowa State at 14, Tennessee at 15, Georgia Tech. They got Georgia Tech above us, bro. Georgia Tech at 16, Alabama at 17, Vanderbilt at 18, Michigan at 19, and Missouri at 20. That's nuts. They got Georgia Tech in front of us. Man. Anyway, that's some bullshit. But yeah, man. A lot of teams finna start hitting their stride, I think, here soon. One thing I do gotta talk about though, while we on the subject, uh, it's one team in the SEC that I needed to like talk about or bring up to this. Really two. Well, yeah, two. No. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna just do one right now. I'll get to the second one probably at a later date. But right now, we're gonna talk about one team in particular, one player in particular for sure. Archie Manning, the Manning dynasty. Uh, Mini Peyton, Mini Eli, or whoever. I don't know what you want to call him, but bro, this ain't him, man. I've been hearing about this dude for the last 2 years. How great of a player he is. How he should have replaced Quinn Ewers and all that and whatnot. I mean, he's been other than like he did good last week. He got his little shit off. Got a dude face, but come on, bro. They were playing like a middle school team, bro. They weren't even on nothing. Like, come on, dude. You're not. I'm trying to look at how uh players are valued once they're like become starters or they're backups, then they became starters. Uh Tua, Mac Jones, you know, examples like that. Players eventually over like they eventually take that spot. And sometimes they outperform from the previous spot. But the only thing is with Archie is that Quinn Ewers, I think at this point he was having a little bit better career than my guy Archie right now. But I mean, that's just me, my honest opinion. Uh Archie got a touchdown last week, got him dude face, bro. Was like, it's Sam Houston. Like, come on, that's not nobody. You're not playing to no competition yet. Wait till you start playing these SEC schools. Hey, you will definitely see it's a different ball game. Hey, it's scary hours out there. I'm telling you right now. And you already got a target on your back because you a Manning. So if I were you, I'd tread lightly. Man, I don't understand these days. Like, man, players they do their best, and well, I mean, I'm talking about like players back in the day, like probably 10, 15 years ago. they make a lane for players like now that like today. Now players got NIL and they feel as if they're more entitled or they're more confident. Like, I mean, of course, I'm happy for players getting played and getting paid. That's one thing, but man, you can't just like Nico. Nico played for Tennessee, got in the playoffs. He feel like he could have got more than what he was offered, and he decided to go to UCLA. And now he done lost 3 games, and while Tennessee undefeated, and now he feel like the biggest jackass. It's like NIL, man. That's why Nick Saban retired in the first place. Like, man, a lot of this stuff, it's hard. It's hard to keep in. Like, shit, college football, it's starting to get dangerous. As far as like, players getting paid, players ain't getting paid enough. All that. It's just it's so horrible right now. I mean, and you kind of take it for granted. Like, I mean, a couple years ago, like, shoot, it was a lot more like tolerable. You could tolerate it more. You could see it coming for sure, but man, just sad. It's just definitely saddening. Um, but anyway, like I said, man, this college football this weekend is gonna be one of the like greatest, like best weekends in the college football this week. With a lot of these top teams playing. Um, I could really, I could really go ahead and give my prediction. Uh, just in the top games. I ain't talking about the Rudy Poo games. Like, you know, as far as like top games, I got well, of course, I got Texas A&M score drugging Auburn. That's a definite. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say Ole Miss gonna upset LSU. I'm gonna go ahead and say that because I can see that happening. I really can. Um, I got Penn State beating Oregon. I got Tennessee beating Mississippi State. So yeah, Arkansas might fucking want to beat Notre Dame. It's a dangerous man. You never know college football though. That's why I love it. That's why I love it so much. All these top teams playing. Like I said, I got Ole Miss beating LSU. I got or Penn State beating Oregon. I got Texas A&M beating the dog shit out of Auburn. So a lot of these teams are gonna be playing this week. I'm happy to I might not get a chance to watch all of them, but I'm gonna watch majority of them though. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But anyway, that's what college football. But we're gonna talk this NFL for a second. Um, we're gonna talk on the downfall. Well, I mean, 'cause they got that win. They finally got their first win of the season. So I ain't gonna say the downfall of the Kansas City Chiefs, but they've been taking a lot of ass whoopers lately though. And like it's like a fall from grace, man. You watching like and it feel like they just got it on. Like I think 2020 they won their first one. It feel like they just got on top. But like that's 5 years ago. They already got three championships. I mean, you gotta give them respect for that. But I mean, and I'm gonna go ahead and say they're a dynasty, of course. They're not on the Patriots level, not yet. If they even get to that point, but they're not. They're halfway there, but no, they're not there. Um, you know, Mahomes, he got a long career ahead of him, but he got to maintain that success if he want to get past Brady. Cause it's a good chance he might get past Brady, but I don't see it happening. Cause I think, like I said, I got Brady as the GOAT. I know a lot of old heads gonna have Joe Montana's the GOAT and all that other bullshit. But when you dissect the game of Tom Brady, the man literally has 3 Hall of Fame careers in one. 3 Hall of Fame careers in one. Can't nobody really can't no player ever do that. You could split this dude's career in three, and he still got Hall of Fame in each one of them. Even with the one with Tampa. So I think to a degree, uh the Kansas City Chiefs, they're down right now. I don't think they're going back to the Super Bowl for sure. Not right now. Not this year, probably next year. But I mean, they might shock me. They might go, but I don't see it happening. Um, you got these other teams that's coming up. That like well, of course the Eagles. They already showed you that. But you got Washington. You got the Packers. You got all these other teams that's getting up in the game. I always resemble Kansas City with Golden State. Cause Golden State, they was running the shit. They was running shit for a minute, but then the league started catching up on them. Like the whole light years ahead, this shit started to get closer and closer. So I look at it like that. And like Chris Jones said, they used to be loved, now everybody hate them. That's just exactly how Golden State was. They was basically the like the what they call them, the darling. They were like the darling horse or something like that. It like the whole media, everybody was like idolizing the Warriors. But you know, man, shit happens though, man. You gotta be, retake your shit. Basically, you fall, you gotta get back up. And Kansas City, they got a chance of doing that, but it didn't start off too good. But it's a long season though. It's a long season. It's just like with Baltimore. Derrick Henry, he been having fumbling issues lately. He pretty much cost him. I ain't say he did, but he kind of had a fault in costing him the game the other night. Man, it's it's one of them things you got to think about though. I think he been in the league for like 9 years now. That's 9 years. That's a lot of wear and tear on the running back, especially of his size. So they better. I think they need to go ahead and take advantage of using Derrick Henry because they got Lamar Jackson. They got a lot of key weapons. They got the team to win the Super Bowl. They just got to get over that hump. You know, they just got to get over that hump. They got a good roster. A good roster. But I tell you who don't got a good roster. It's them damn Cowboys. Them they down bad. I don't know what the hell they was thinking, but I mean, they want to go ahead and get draft picks. They should just pay that man though. They should just pay that man. Now you're gonna be in mediocrity for the next couple years anyway. Like you wasn't anyway, but you finna be even worse. Even worse now. That just make the whole situation even from bad to worse. Like I said, one of your best players, you traded him because you didn't want to pay him. They make you like a doofus. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, man. I been thinking about too much on this one. Like I said, this weekend gonna be one of the most anticipated games. I'm looking forward to it. Last year's game was pretty good. It was great actually. One of the most best memorable games I remember watching. Um, I'm hoping we do our thing. I'm hoping we come out strong, like I said, and we don't need to be lackluster and just like running around. We need to actually come to play on Saturday. So I'm hoping the best of my team for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, y'all. I appreciate it. Everybody who eventually listen to this stream. I'll probably be back this week. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna try to be more consistent, I promise, and have a better layout in due time. This is Freddie G, School of Hard Knocks. Peace.